Hey guys, how's it going on? And today we're back for a bit of a different video. Today we're reacting to the top 22 players in FIFA 20. Right, so the top rated player we have Lionel Messi, much deserved, the GOAT in football. I think, to be honest with you, you look at him, I think he's been hard done by. I don't think he's that slow. I think Messi is a lot quicker than 85 pace. So next one, and the most interesting one, is Robert Lewandowski. Broke the Bundesliga goal scoring record last season. I think that constitutes this mega rating of 92. Probably could be a 93 for me, to be honest with you. I think he's a class striker. Every time I watch him for Poland or for Bayern when they're on Sky Sports or ITV, he's always really sick. So I think it's really deserved. And it's nice to see that EA are recognising Lever for what he is, and that is the best striker in the world. This guy, mug. He's not the best striker in the world. No, he's no mug. I can't say that, but honestly, yeah, I do rate Lewandowski, and I think a lot of people rate Lever above Cristiano. Cristiano, though, coming in at 91, I think, to be honest with you, given the fact that he won the Golden Boot for Juventus last year, and I think in the Serie A overall he won the Golden Boot. He did okay in the Euros with Portugal. I think it's a bit harsh to give him a 91. Could probably have given him the same rating as Lever, or like I said, I think that Messi and Lever should have been both 93, and I think Ronaldo should have been a 92. So the next player who we do have is Kevin De Bruyne. It is quite interesting with Kevin De Bruyne because he was injured for quite a bit of last season, which obviously makes it a bit harder for EA to kind of go, oh well, we're going to push him up in rating or not. Maybe 91 is fine. I'd probably have said 90, to be honest with you. Albeit, if you give him a 90, it's probably going to go to a 91. Because I'm assuming the guy's probably going to get a upgrade in January if he did that. So this is Mbappe. I think there's not much to really say about Mbappe. Is that it's whether or not that it will have that PSG badge in January or not, and whether PSG will just basically let him go on a much cheaper deal to Real Madrid, or whether we will throughout FIFA 22 see Mbappe in a Paris Saint-Germain shirt on FIFA. I very much doubt that, because I think pretty much Real Madrid, as soon as his contract's up, are going to sign him. So next we have Neymar. I think 91 is really pushing it for Neymar. Like, he hasn't played, he barely plays. He's not consistently played in ages, and I think, I'm not saying necessarily that he has to be a low rated, but we'll get on to someone who I think is much better than him in real life, and I think that EA are completely having bias towards someone pure for the fact of what they've done in the past, and they're overlooking quite a few people. Next, the All Black best keeper in the world. I'd very much agree with that. I think he's amazing as a goalkeeper. I've not watched an amazing amount of him in the Champions League, and whenever he plays in either in the Euros or Euro qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, etc., etc. I don't watch much of him, but everything, like, when I see clips from him on Twitter of like a save, it's always class save. The next is Harry Kane, captain fantastic for England, and yeah, I think it's a really solid rating for him, 90. I'm not going to say he's a 91 rated player. I don't think he is. I think 90 is very much fair. I think where I do very much disagree with his stats is 83 passing. The man was transformed his form. No, that's right. Last year at Spurs, he plays a lot deeper now. Threads the ball through for the likes of Heung-min Son, and does the same at the in England setup, with laying off the likes of Grealish or Mount or Sterling. So I think his passing should be a lot higher. I think 86 is what I'm going to sit with Harry Kane. I think as well that shooting best be at 95. I think Lever and Kane are two of the most lethal strikers in the world right now, and it still feels like they're being underappreciated of their striking ability. The next who we do have is N'Golo Kante, Champions League winner, and what's the other one called? The Super Cup winner. Amazing player. Obviously in the Champions League final, he played out of his skin to pocket everyone in that in that Man City midfield. He's an amazing person. He's an amazing player. And I think 90 rated is fine. I think it's really fair. I think, to be honest with you, I genuinely think his pace should be a lot more. I think 82, 83. He's a very, very fast player. And people very much underappreciate how quick Kante actually is. So, we go onwards then, and we have Manuel Neuer, Ter Stegen, and Donnarumma. We're not really too bothered about them. Donnarumma, for me, 89 rated. I think that's fair, given his Euros. But the one I want to talk about here is Mohamed Salah. What the heck? He's got a downgrade after having one of the best, having had one of the best seasons he's had in the Premier League. Just recently has hit 100 goals in the Premier League. I believe he's the fastest winger behind Thierry Henry to have reached 100 goals. He's on course probably to get around about another 20 or so this season. And they've downgraded him. They've downgraded his pace. What are you doing, EA? How is Neymar, who has these injuries and everything like that, higher rated than Salah, who pretty much is the heartbeat of that Liverpool attack? Do we know? We don't, do we? It's a solid card, but like I said, I think it is so... EA have done him dirty. They've done him so dirty. So we go on now, and we get to see some quite interesting players. We have got Karim Benzema, much deserved, another player who, in my opinion, EA completely underrates. He's an absolute lethal striker for Real Madrid. I mean, even when he came in for France, he looked solid for France recently, when he's recently got back into the national team setup. I'd argue he should be a lot more higher in terms of physical. Benzema can get himself about. He's obviously not a target man, is he? He's more of a poacher, but he's got quite a lot of strength about him. I think pace as well. Very underrated with Benzema. He's obviously not rapid, but it's similar to Kante, an 81, 82 type of player. Next we have Virgil van Dijk, who's somehow gone up in pace. I don't care. I don't play Ultimate Team that much. I'm more of a career mode player myself. But the man's had a leg injury, and EA are like, oh yeah, his pace has gone up. I don't think that's how it works, because usually it's like as soon as they have they'll have this big leg break, it's like 65 pace. It's like Jan Vertonghen had the same, and we'll get on to Vertonghen after. Next we have Joshua Kimmich, who is solid as always. He's going to be in a lot of people's Bundesliga teams when they can afford him. And next is the guy who looks insane, and it is Heung-min Son. And can I say, he's deserved. He plays out his skin for Tottenham, and I just genuinely think that it's deserved. I'm hearing as well he is 5-star this year. I honestly, if you play weekend league, you're not going to enjoy playing against him. In career prospects wise, if we play for Tottenham, decent that. Harry Kane, I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea in FIFA in terms of how he plays, but Kane and Son is two of the highest rated players in the world. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. Sorry, I hate doing that, but it's an inside joke that with one of my friends. So finally, we end off with three goalkeepers in Alisson, Courtois, and Edison, and then Casemiro as well. Can't really comment on Casemiro. I don't really watch too much La Liga, although I do have my Real Madrid hat on. Courtois, again, I'm pretty sure people have said he has had a really solid season for Real Madrid. As for Alisson and Edison, I think that's pretty standard. Right, guys, I'm going to end it right there. I hope everyone is excited for FIFA 22. Make sure you are subscribed if you want weekly FIFA 22 content. Make sure you're putting in the description who you think is going to be the best team. The next FIFA 22 card reaction team will be the when Bolton Wanderers and my beloved Glasgow Rangers have their rating reactions. So I'll catch you then, and then until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.